Hey guys, my name is Nicole. I am Bulgarian born and raised. This is my second year in Shanghai. I am a teacher too. Yay, teacher team.
Yay.
I teach theater at, I guess, high school level in an IB school here in Pudong. And yeah, I'm excited to do this thing. It's a very interesting format, Zoom. It's the first time for all of us, I think. So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's hope my connection doesn't go.
Yeah, let's hope so for that for everybody. And, okay, so I see that I don't see Yuling anymore. That's a problem.
Let me check.
Okay, in the meanwhile, let me just ask everybody who is not a performer, you can mute your audio and turn off your camera. And then in a couple of minutes, we will start. And then, so after the performance, we're gonna have a Q&A, like a short one. So during the performance, please do not record it on your own device, and please do not use the chat box. And afterwards, you can, and we will have a discussion. So, okay, Yuling, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes. All right, Yuling, you want to introduce yourself? Yes. Can you introduce yourself really quick?
Oh yes. I'm based in Shanghai now as a business consultant, so I'm super busy. So like I'm so appreciate for this woman show, give me a big explorations of myself, and a great team. Yeah, great teacher. Thank you.
So great. Teachers are so great.
Yeah, everyone is so great. Thank you for audience. You know, like you know, this is my first time. Yeah, hopefully it's not that bad.
It won't be. So basically the background is all of them, they went through a 5-week program. We met 2 times each week, and we came up with their own material, and they self-directed their own piece. And me and David, we served as like coach and facilitators to produce that process. And Vale, before further ado, this is your program. You can start when you want, ladies.
Let's begin by finding a comfortable position. And sit with your back straight and tall. Now close your eyes and imagine a white light shining from above. Imagine the light shining through your body. Take a deep breath in and slowly release it out. Take another breath in and out, focusing on where you can feel your breath the most. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out.
Hush. 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 Hush.
The key is effort, persistence, concentration.
I must be too soft inside. Hush. Hush.
When I look at you, it doesn't seem like you're putting in any effort at all.
I learned in extremes from you. You know, the hard or the soft, the bone or the fruit. Hush, I said. Hush, 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 hush. I was stuck, sealed shut, but feeling so much and so loud until my body started leaking. Hush, 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 hush. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in.
Breathe
Breathe
out.
out. Breathe in. Confusion.
Who is talking? Who is asking now? I am nobody. Are you nobody too? Who are you? Who I am.我一直觉得自己是一个13岁的小女孩，从来没有想过长大，也不知道怎么成为大人。但是我现在每天学着大人说的话，模仿着他们的表情，做着他们喜欢做的事情，就像穿着妈妈的高跟鞋，抹着口红，背着书包，行走在大人的世界里面。但是渐渐的，我不知道我是谁了，我找不到自己了。Back and forth, back and forth. It is like a circle of the confusion. I feel like I'm going crazy when it happens again. I seem cannot figure out the solution of my path. It is like a disease in my brain. I just want happy. It's just simple. I just want happy. Want to know when I'm living my life with purpose. you know, I don't want to feel any regret. When I get old, look back the life I have lived. Because I cannot come back. I don't know who I am. But when I die, I just want to kill myself. How are you going to cook this fruit? Life is fruity, right?
Breathe in. Neglect.
Neglect. Breathe out.
Breathe out. Nourishment.
Nourishment.
How are you going to cook these fruits? How are you going to cook these fruits? How are you going to cook these fruits? How are you? I don't know. You know, I didn't know the first time you asked me. I didn't know the second time you asked me. I still don't know. I'm trying. Once more, my friends, once more, for in peace there's nothing. Well, I forfeit peace. You taught me well. With the elbows forward, you said. Strong, you said. Be a girl, you said, but with a boy's strength. Every time I scraped my knees, as if pain belonged any less to me if I was just a girl. You know, without the masculine attachments. But pain has a name in our language, and it isn't male. Boca. But when we come into this world, small and shaking and crying our asses off, we're all the same. You know, gifts to be unwrapped and molded and put into tiny, tiny boxes. I guess I must be too soft inside because I'm still shaking. And I still scream. You know, I used to walk inwardly, afraid to look, afraid to speak. The world around me was noisy with your brand of power, and my voice got stuck behind clenched teeth and sealed lips. And God, how I want to scream. But back then I was stuck, sealed shut, feeling so much and so loud, my body started leaking. As soft as I was, trying so hard to be that brutal force for which you prayed for 9 months. Моля те, Господи, дай ми момче да продължи фамилията. Surprise! I can't escape the water soft center that gave me tears, yes, but comfort, and warm embraces and forgiveness. I learned in extremes from you. The brute force squashing the hard center. I thought it could only be one. The hard or the soft, the bone or the flesh. I thought I had to disguise fair nature with hard, favored rage. Touched and tasted rage. And it doesn't have a hard scent. It's made of pain and disappointment. And I feel it. I do. Your rage. I do. And God, I accept it because I'm just the same. I may be soft looking and sweet and tangy, but I'm made of harder stuff. The seeds and the bones of the fruit, the stuff of life, all of it. The hard, the soft, the yielding, the transforming, the accepting. So now when I look in the mirror and I see you there, behind my eyes and in the shape of my lips, I'm not horrified anymore. I'm a collage of the men and women before me, and I carry their strength and their weakness with pride. I'm still that 11-year-old girl who just learned that life is just not what it seems, and some things you just can't control. I like to let her out from time to time. To laugh hysterically and play the way she loves, the way she still does. But I'm also that centaur warrior I want tattooed on my skin. And she knows how to fight her own battles. and bend up her spirit to its full height. You know, the noise outside is ever present. It doesn't really go away. But it doesn't bother me anymore. In my head, there is another. A hum, an echo of voices that welcome me and nurture me and let me in their shrine. Do you know what they say? They say, come along now. Welcome home. For we are all the Alpha and the Omega in the space in between. Breathe in. Accept. Breathe out. Rage.
How are you going to cook those fruits? You smile, but I still don't understand. You're always telling me about these fruits, how rich and whole and strong they are, how beautiful they are, but I still don't get it. And I've tried everything. I have stopped lying, I stopped gossiping, I stopped swearing, I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking, I stopped eating meat. I even stopped touching myself. And every morning, I would get up and I would do my daily prayer, my daily cheer. Now, set your teeth and stretch the nostril wide. Hold hard the breath and bend up every spirit to his full height. And then I begin. I would take my deep breaths and close my eyes and keep breathing. And it would feel pretty good for a while. Yeah. I feel pretty good, calm, almost peaceful. But just when I'm about to enter into that space, I would I would. I would. I would. Well, it would never stop. I just opened my eyes. You say that the key is effort, persistence, concentration. The key is effort, persistence, concentration. But when I look at you, I don't see any effort at all. You're like this elegant swan swimming in the lake. You dip your head into the waters and feel its coolness. The way you eat, sit, pray. So still, as if nothing ever happens. And meanwhile, I'm here, this floundering, ugly duckling. And I'm so tired of feeling this way. So will you please just tell me how to get there? No. No. Do you remember what you told me at the beginning? You said to me that I was like this seed, this beautiful, precious seed. I had this seed in me, and it was gonna grow into this beautiful, beautiful big tree. And this big tree would bear these wondrous fruits. These wondrous fruits. Well, I think about these fruits all the fucking time. I said, fuck. So what? Does it do me any harm? Does it do you any harm? Do any of these rules do any harm? Do you know what's really harmful? When you are given this seed, when you are given this hope, and it's your only hope, and you've been given this hope to try and to try and to try and to try at something, and you've been promised help to make this thing happen, to be good, to be someone, to get somewhere, to have something good happen, and it doesn't fucking happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I lost my. I'm sorry. I apologize. I clearly need some more time.
Breathe in. Acceptance.
Acceptance.
Breathe out. Pain.
Without pain.
Acceptance.
Acceptance.
Acceptance. Acceptance.
How are you going to cook those fruit? Yeah, life is fruit. Sometimes it's sweet. Sometimes it's sour. Sometimes it's hot. Sometimes it's bitter. Can you enjoy that? I'm so appreciate the life. Indeed, all the bitterness and the sourness turn me out as a superhero, like Spider-Woman. Pushed to my very limit. Never give up, never. But you know what? The great power brings the great responsibility. But the responsibility made my heart cold, lonely, and numb. But one day, I stopped to guide my heart. Let things into my heart begin with impure, unhealthy, untrue, unlovely. Quite frankly, when you let all sort of the word into your heart, like, no, it will not affect it. Yeah. I became vegetarian. I stopped feeding my flesh. I choose to nourish my spirit. I worship more, read more, surrender more. I focus on doing things that help me to heal my damaged and cold heart. But one day, I see a sexy woman. It's nourishing my spirit. She like a water, strong enough, draw me soft, clean my whole body, save me. I start to surrender. follow my body, follow the river of my life, use my energy gently, no fighting. 我似乎找到了我是谁，我是我，现在就在这里，但说不定很快就会消失。但消失，我还是我，但是不是我也无所谓。我是少量的草，有点像鱼。虽说不知道名字，是笨重但闪耀的矿石。
我是我，
即使忘却，也不会消失。我是被反复的旋律，
我是我，
心有余悸的踏上你心率的节拍。从光年彼岸来到这里的，是些微波动的粒子。我知道我是谁，也知道你是谁。
你是谁？
即使不知道名字，我也会向你奔跑。我喜欢被雨水打湿，思念仰望星空。我超越了我是我的陈词滥调，因为我就是我。
Breathe in nourishment. Breathe out neglect.
Neglect.
Acceptance.
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 Thank you. I'd like to ask everyone to turn on your camera if you feel like it, and then turn on your audio and give a round of applause to our lovely performance and actresses. Wow, that was something.
It sure was.
Accident again.
I always ask, how was your experience performing it? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Today, despite the slight internet connectivity problems, it felt good actually. I think I was the most connected I've ever been with this piece. Yeah, I think I forgot to interact with the camera more today, but it is what it is. And I hope you could hear me, because I realized too at some point that I was holding my screen where the microphone is, but yeah.
Yeah, that was brilliant. And how was your experience, Kanita?
Yeah, similarly, I felt that we managed to perform the entire piece despite all of the accidents and the things. So good job to us. And I also felt, I think, more connected than usual with my piece. So that was nice. And yeah, I like some of the accidents actually I felt worked well. Like it made sense. Even Nicole, at one point where you lost your sound and then you broke off and you were like, I accept it. I'm like, oh, okay, that works.
I don't know at what point that happened, but okay, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, all the accidents and not accidents there gives. And Yuling, how was your experience?
Hello, just make sure you can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the big accident. At least it's never happened before like this. Usually I just like totally disappear. Now like come here and disappear, come here and disappear. But you know, it's like indication of my whole story, right? In this group. I have to admit. I'm so miserable today. There's a big mystery. I'm sorry, but like really appreciate your wisdom. You know, can make everything like show so natural, and also give me last chance to perform.
It was nice. It was nice to see how you guys picked up the pace together and then made it work. And then actually, it was the best I've ever seen of this piece. So I'm really impressed. And I want to invite, from our lovely audience, any comments, questions, and thoughts from you all. We're gonna take a bat.
Got a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was it? I'm getting a feeling it was about a girl who was abused, and something about fruit. The fruit was the symbol of something, but I don't really know what. I never thought about cooking fruit before, so what am I missing?
Is the question for the entire piece?
Yes, it's just like the theme. Like, what was the main point of the piece, and
Well,
what was the fruit?
So, the fruits actually were part of our, like, the criteria for making this performance piece. Yoki gave us a couple of things we had to include. And one of it was we had to start off every piece saying, how are you going to cook these fruit? So we then, given that it's a really abstract thing, we had to come up with something. We had to interpret it in our own way and make it work somehow. And I think for each of us, we had a different interpretation. Different interpretation too. I can say that for the fruits of life and finding that peace, having it figured out. So that is one way in which the fruits played in my piece, to kind of be symbolic of something that I'm trying to attain, and the richness and the peace and beauty of.
Cool.
But the overarching theme is, I guess, the masculine and feminine in terms of energies and forces that live within each of us, and how we deal with, I guess, expectations versus the reality of who we are. I think that was present in all of our pieces, and kind of trying to find the balance of who we are and that we all have both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Yeah, we might not have interpreted that way, so it'd be cool to see if any of the audience members had different thoughts about what it was about, or any thoughts in general.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Any thoughts, audience members?
I thought it was really strong. I love the format. Really, really powerful. Great performances. Thank you. Really enjoyed it. And just so relevant, I think, and really like excited to see how you move forward with this format because I think it's got so much potential. The theme for me felt like it was speaking to me so personally, you know, like really personally, and I related to it completely. Obviously, I lead meditation and I wear my rage on my back, tattoo on my skin. You know, the dialogue, the script was just like, you know, it's like really, really relevant. Who wrote the script? How did you come about with the script, and how did you come about bringing it together? I'm interested in.
Well, each of us was responsible for our own monologues, and then we thought of how we can combine all three within the same theme and sort of same story. And because Kanita and Yulin both had a lot of breathing and just breath work in theirs, we came up with this idea, well, why not have it as just a whole meditation session? And this is what comes up in our head, all these monologues.
Yeah, it was really powerful.
And thank you. I'm happy it resonated.
Yeah. Thank you. And some of the things that we revised or edited was based off of some exercises that we went through in class, where we talk with each other. Sometimes we put our monologues next to each other where we had a dialogue between our monologues, and that caused us to come up with something. Other times we thought about who we were talking to and what stuff that brought up. So it was a mixture of things, and it was, you know, it was being edited and revised, I think, to the last minute.
And was there a director as such, or was it a co-directed? Was there one director?
It was, I would say it was co-directed in that we worked together on all of this, and everyone had input on, okay, how they felt. But there was a lot of self-work in that, you know, we would, after our sessions, we would go away and then we would tinker with it and however we felt right. And so, yeah, the bulk of it was for our own piece, individual work, and then very collaborative as well.
I think it's really strong, and I think you should do more. Definitely do more.
Cool. Thank you,
and
Lisa.
I loved actually when you Kanita, when you went on the carpet and you moved the camera and the camera was up on the carpet. So a little bit more camera play would be, you know, just directing how the image changes, because that was a really beautiful moment as well.
Yeah, it was brilliant. All right, thank you, Lisa, for your lovely comment.
Thank you so much.
Any other comments from anybody else? Comments, questions? What does this piece make you think of yourself? Anything at all?
Hi. So I'm gonna be very brief. I'm not gonna turn my camera on because I look crusty. I just I just want to say that I really loved I think it was Ulin when she moved a lot at some point, I think with the breathe out, what was the last piece? Something, breathe out something, she said it, and she kept on moving a lot, right? About when she explained how life is like, or fruits are like life, right? And that it's beautiful, but then, you know, there are all these other things and all these uncertainties. And I loved how she kept moving her body. And that was, for me, showing all these different, like, displacement of some sort when explaining that concept. So I think that's a very beautiful way. And obviously the whole moving. And when Kanita said the F word, and then she's like, yeah, I said it. And it was like a very reflective moment for me, because I was like, oh, yeah, so what? So yeah, it was a very good way to just incorporate everybody's interpretation of the concept. So great.
Cool, thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Cool. Any comments from anybody else?
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Sorry, let's do adult first, and then.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead, adult.
Okay, I'll be quick. And thank you for the performance. And I mean, it surprised me in how much emotion you can communicate with this small frame, and just the head and maybe just with the shoulder. And it was really strong and intense and different from Lisa. I don't resonate so much with the the intensity, but it also made me reflect on what's happening to me. So what I get is there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of pain and anger, and I'm just, of course, the one question I have is I just wonder if there is more variations, or maybe it's only me looking for, you know, is there different variations, and you know, would there be things that is a little bit more light? Okay. It will be all right. And would there be some sweetness? Would it always be tough? But again, I think it tells me more about myself. So what's wrong with being angry, and what am I responding to anger in life? So thank you for that.
Thank you, adult.
I thank you for sharing that. I was actually, before the performance, I was actually thinking, ooh, maybe I should add something to the ending, or like change it up so it's not so like sad or like angry. I even changed the line because I thought maybe that's depressing, because I didn't want to change too much for everyone. But I feel the same way, in that I do have an urge to make things okay and to feel like everything can be resolved. And I do believe that things can be okay and sweet as well. But for, you know, for the sake of the performance, you know, it can be I would say, if I had more time to develop it, I might even reach there to a sweet point.
Kanita, you gave me some hope when you started your part. When you started your part in the middle. So I was wondering, maybe she would be taking it differently. But then very soon, within a few seconds, you also, you know, go into very
on that note, I want to hear what Yuling has to say, because her piece is probably the lightest of the all.
Yeah, I just want to, I'm thinking if I should say or not. Honestly, my last part is Chinese poem. And in the beginning, I seems like it's still in the confusing condition. But yesterday, it's like I changed my tone of this part, like happy end. So I just want to give like the translation, short translation, my piece, the last part of my poem is kind of, no matter who I am, I am. I don't care about my name. I don't care about who I look like. I know what I am. Even I disappear, you know, even no one remember me. I am, never disappeared. So this is like 100% confidence for myself, like on the way of looking for myself. Cool. But like I have a confidence, it's like I don't care. This is just like the life. So I think it's a happy ending. So I put some smile on the part, on the end, yeah, rather than all the confused, you know, all the changing, something like that. Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Can I add something really? Do we have time for me to add something really quickly on that note?
Yes.
For us, the transitions were that positive thing, the resolution. Basically, our monologue was the toxicity in our brain that we needed to expel through the meditation. So to us, those were the peaceful bits where, okay, we've come to resolution and we're ready to let go of all that darkness and rage. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, and you know, I think that
in the script, but not in the emotions. not in the emotions. Look at, I mean, Nicole looks very soft and you know, curvy to me right now, but well, don't get me wrong, I appreciate your interaction with the camera. I love that there is a lot of variation that you play that is beautiful. But I was just saying that's the emotion that I sense. So that is also part of me. You know, don't get me wrong. It's not about criticizing you.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think
No, that's
for any
yeah.
theater performance, it's a co-creation. It has to
Mhm.
work by the actresses, have to work by the audience, and which is something I really appreciate right now. And I would love to hear a bit more comments from different people. So, any other thoughts and comments?
Hi. Can you hear me firstly? Bugega. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, I just wanted to say what a great job. I don't know how you guys memorize all those lines. I can barely memorize my name and surname. But also just how you were able to work with the fact that you're all in different countries and the fusion of languages and different personalities showing in all your pieces. And it was just wonderful to watch. I think what I kind of interpreted it as at the beginning was almost like there was a therapist or a meditation leader, I don't know what they're called, apologies. And then there was a person who was responding to what the therapist or the meditation leader was saying, but they were responding with what was coming up in their heads as they were doing meditation, especially with Kanita and Nicole's piece combined, which was very interesting because I recently started, meditation, and things that go on in my mind during that time have been crazy to experience. But also just combining everybody's pieces as the show went on, I felt a lot of people's experiences with acceptance, with purpose, with societal rules and how they respond to those rules, and who they are personally as people and how they respond to the world, and how that shapes them in a way that they remain true to who they are, but are still able to have a fruitful purpose in life. I also felt one was talking almost like to her parents, or just family, about her existence and about the childhood as well. I felt a whole lot of things. I think I can go on and on and on. But it was amazing. Thank you for having me, and really well done.
Cool. Thank you. All right. I want to hear a comment from Armando. Armando, he was my professor from my acting program. So Armando, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. I would love to hear your thoughts.
All right. I will feel a little bit shy to talk now, so I will tell you later. But I really enjoyed the show. It was really interesting, and I was really interested to hear mostly the feedback of the others. Can you hear me, first of all? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. The feedback of the others, and I was and as you know, I'm very interested more in process than in understanding the process than in the final than generally in final products, because I feel that a show is built through the process, and the final product is just a part. It's not many times the most essential part. So I was really interested to follow all the discussion, and I would ask to you, Yuki, if you want to continue on this, for example, with the same performers. Let's say if you want to update, if you want to create another layer, another level, what do you think you could do?
I think I would love to have...
and also I want to ask to the performers, what do you think you will need?
I think I would love to have a audience interaction somehow in there, to make it more immersive. And I think we have something solid to start with, and we can play with with technology. We can engage people from different countries I think that'd be cool.
If I can say, and to create a similar performance, but with an audience, also trying to, sorry for the use of the words, manipulating the audience, and maybe forcing the audience to be with the single performers following your story. Some parts collective, and then sometimes collective, sometimes just splitting in breakup rooms. How do you call it?
Yes. Oh, that's such a great idea. Thank you.
So we're basically in a way, you force the audience to be your one-to-one, but then you go back. So there is a moment where the audience can simply hide, because if you're like this, I'm not showing myself with the camera. So and one of the feedback was, I don't want to show myself in the camera, just talking. But when it's in the break, it's called breakup room. How is it called?
Breakout room.
Yeah. In the breakup room, you in a way, you are a little bit destroying the fourth wall, because the very interesting thing that of doing a Zoom performance, as we discussed, for example, once in the class, is the concept of the space. So that we are in different spaces, in different venues, because you are in Sitges, I am in Berlin, you are in Shanghai, etc. But at the same time, there is the same space, like in a theater. But so to work really also with this idea of the common space, also for the audience. So then this one is a general consideration. Sorry.
Great, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Armando. And also, I just want to say, I really appreciate you being my professor. Without you, I couldn't have come in this process. So thank you. I just want to hear a bit, like maybe some quick, short feedback from people who haven't spoken yet. I just want to hear your voice and quick feedbacks. Like, for example, Jie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was I'm trying to do two things at once, unfortunately. Yeah, I found the performance more powerful than I expected. Certain aspects were more powerful, but it was also definitely as engaging as being in the theater. Yeah, so that's my main.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Who I have someone called iPhone here. I don't know who you are. Who are you, iPhone?
Already shared.
Yeah.
iPhone is Bugega.
Cool. And we have Serena. Serena? Are you there, Serena? Cool. Anyway, okay. So I just want to include everyone. So it seems like we got most people. All right. Last but not least, David. David, come out and say something. David is our very special being. You might need to unmute yourself and turn your camera.
What's special? I don't know what special is. Anyway, I really enjoyed the performance, and I enjoyed truly what everybody had to say. I'd like to hear more of what the audience wants to say. People have had enough of me, at least for the moment. But I'll do something. I will work. I'll talk to you all afterwards as well, if you have the time. If not today, tomorrow. Okay. I really mean it.
How do you feel about how do you feel about their performance?
I said that right off. I said I was very happy with the performance. Really, very happy. I know what it was a short period of time. They had to write it themselves.
Can you put your camera a bit up so we can see your eyes? Great.
All right, I'll take my glasses off even. I think that the whole concept of being able to do this in a short period of time, to write it, to direct it, to edit it, and to perform it, it works out for me pretty well, much better than I expected it to. But it inspires me to want to talk to them, a little bit later, without an audience and stuff. I don't think it's important. I think that what the audience has said is important, and I think the feedback was really very good for everybody. I appreciate that. I hope everybody else does. Okay.
Good. All right. All right.
That's it.
Final round of applause for our brilliant actresses and David, and for yourself too for coming out here to join us in this really nice format of collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna put out more camps like this. If you're interested, feel free to reach out to me one or the other. We're on WeChat, we're on Facebook and the Guang Theater Project. If you like to stay in touch with our actresses, feel free to let me know. We can put you in touch potentially, and we might publish a post-event post with the link of the recording of this performance plus some of the scripts. So yeah, so stay tuned. All right, thank you again. Thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of the day. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.